And I think, when planning can stop being so obsessed with, what is the PowerPoint, what are these kind of words, and actually, what can we do to better influence the output, then I think planning begins to actually have a much brighter future.
Just as the agencies are changing, planning is changing, and I would just caution at the same time that while we undergo all this sort of radical rethink, there's still tremendous, huge opportunities to innovate inside the agencies that sort of already exist, and it's bringing these tools together.
I think planners could play a really interesting role inside agencies going forward and actually being the orchestrators of talent, and actually understanding that if we've got this kind of a problem to solve and we kind of want to do this kind of thing, who are the kind of people we need in the room to help get to the best solution? And that could be different types of creative talent, different types of thinkers, people from outside advertising or outside your own sphere of interest versus inside your own sphere of interest.
So I think it's evolving, and I think functions are it's quite organic. I think it's a work in progress. I would say account planning is just a constant beta. If it really, embraces this, to use a sort of, a digital term, who cares what its definition is? It's just like, but there's a huge opportunity for account planning to sort of really step up in this context, because I feel there's a huge void.
If we really want to impact solutions and not just the brief, right? We need to start to think of ourselves as craftsmen that actually make stuff. And I think there are a lot of decks being written by planners. And, I write decks too, but without doing stuff, that we actually do. And it doesn't have to be an ad, it doesn't have to be anything, but we actually have to make things.
I see planning being used in things within the communications field that are well beyond advertising. I see lots of planners out consulting and working more, top level to top level on the client side.
I don't have the project, but I'm looking for the project.
This has just been my own personal philosophy. Is, people used to say 10 years ago, I got to strike that life work balance. You don't hear that anymore, because actually people go, I want to create my life.
I think one of the reasons planners migrated away from advertising and into brand consultants is because then they became the business end of the output. They were the makers of the product, not the creative people, generally.
There's a steady stream of planners that leave planning to start their own businesses. There does seem to be some kind of, general, some those things on the DNA strand aren't all that far apart. As you kind of just look and see this kind of regular parade of planners out.
It has to evolve, because someone's going to go away. Either a client's going to figure it out and they're going to use you less and less, or the agency's going to figure it out and figure out how to do things on their own. And a smart agency can be in competition with the client sooner rather than later.